Good morning. Buenos dias. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. I am in my early wake up state, but that's the only time I make scrambled eggs. So for those of you who just want to go up a notch on your scrambled eggs, or maybe you don't know how, let me show you. Okay. We've got oil lightly covering the whole pan. You can see if you do that, it kind of pools to the side, but you don't want less or more, just covering completely. The heat is important here, okay? Out of a scale of 6, this is on a 2. You don't want it the lowest because you want it to actually cook, but you do want it really low. If you throw your eggs in the pan and they sizzle immediately and make a sound on contact, that's too hot. And I actually made the mistake on this pan of having the heat at a 3, which is too hot earlier. But I've been trying to let it cool down, so we'll see. But if this might sizzle. Here, I'm gonna try to air it out, cool it off a little bit. I don't even know if this works. All right, there we go. Now, I've whisked my eggs. One important thing when you whisk, I almost missed it. To get them really fluffy, keep whisking. You don't even want to see this kind of stuff right here. If you want them really, really fluffy. Because you're whisking air into it right now. So keep that going. Okay, that's fine. And it's got bubbles. That's a good sign. It's really frothy. Here we go. Too hot. You hear that? Too hot. Yep, you can already see it cooking on the edges. Okay, well, pretend that didn't happen, and it's doing its thing. And then we'll slow it down. We'll take it off the heat for a minute. And at the same time, we got our toast going. Okay. All right. Okay. So once you start to see it cooking around the edges, if it's cooking really well, it won't be bubbling. That normally won't be here. That's too hot. Yeah. Once you start to see it around the edges, yeah, let it get a little more, okay? I want more like this everywhere around. Okay. Now it's kind of slowed down because I let it cool off. Is it heat? Yeah, we're at 2. Okay. So this whole process takes 4 minutes. Like I make eggs every morning. Okay, yeah, here we go. So we're seeing a good ring around most of it. This could be a little more developed, but we'll go for it. Okay, and then go in a circular motion and just kind of fold them. This is an Australian folded eggs method. Fold them. Woo! They scootin'. Go get that edge there. Okay, so now they're kind of in a folded position in the middle of the pan, because that's where the heat is. So you can see this is pretty cooked. That's the part that would be a little more delicate and fluffy had I not had the heat high. This is uncooked. Eggs cook so easily. You can literally whisk an egg in a bowl in the microwave and cook it in almost 30 seconds if you need to go that route. That's a great way for breakfast sandwiches because it cooks totally flat. Okay. All right, so now I'm starting to see this start to become a little more solid and gel right there. That's a good sign. This is still uncooked. Okay, in order not to burn the bottom, even though this is cooking great, I'm going to do something. I have to cut these in half because I can't flip them that much. Okay, so I get it. I flip. Now you can see that brown stuff. I don't really want that on there. It's kind of overcooked egg, but that was because I put it in too hot. Okay, come on. I flip them and get this. Now we're going to turn the heat off, okay? The eggs will continue cooking on their ownsies. You can hear it. In fact, some chefs say your eggs will continue cooking out of the pan. I leave them in the pan because I know some people I cook eggs for don't like that. They don't want to eat that little bone right there. So we gotta let that get solid. We gotta let that get cooked. But this brown stuff, and see, this is like kind of a, you know, an overcooked skin. Oh, that is not something I want on my eggs personally. But the rest of it, I think inside, yeah, like that's looking great. That's gonna be great. These are great on egg sandwiches. They're great plain. A little pepper, a little turmeric, touch of salt. Maybe on some toast with jelly. Anyway. Good morning.